Welcome back to the goods. Bryan Fonseca here, basketballnews.com, basketball news on YouTube, basketball news on social media. Fifth time we're doing this today. With the NBA draft looming, we're going to talk about how it's not necessarily the end for prospects if you're not drafted. These are the best undrafted players we've seen in NBA history. First up, in no particular order, we're going here from Division II Fayetteville State. Darrell Armstrong, class of 1991, had a 14-year NBA career from 94 to 2008 after bouncing around as a pro upon not getting drafted in 91. The only player in NBA history to win Sixth Man of the Year and Most Improved Player. He did that in 1998-1999 lockout shortened season. 4-year peak of 14.6 points, 6.3 assists, 2.0 steals during that 1998 to 2002 stretch with the Orlando Magic, and he's currently a Dallas Mavericks assistant. Shout out to you, Mr. Armstrong. Next up, my Boricua brother JJ Barea is on this list. Signing in 2006 to the Dallas Mavericks out of Northeastern College, he played in the NBA for 14 seasons and still plays professionally in Puerto Rico as of this recording. Averaged 16.4 points and 7.2 assists for his career per 36 minutes, and he was instrumental in that famous 2011 Dallas Mavericks title run where they beat the Miami Heat in 6 games. He was inserted into the starting lineup while they were down 2-1. Then they went 3-0 the rest of the way, and he was a big reason why, averaging 13.3 points and 4.7 assists the rest of those finals. Next up, we have the OG Udonis Haslem, who could be entering his 20th year in the NBA in 2022-2023 if he does return. But Udonis Haslem still with the Miami Heat, was undrafted in 2002, signed with the Heat in 2003 after a year in France, averaged 9.5 points, 8.0 rebounds, and shot nearly 50% from the field in his first 9 seasons in the league. And he started at various points on all 3 Miami Heat championship teams in 2006, 2012, and 2013. Next up, out of Southern University in 1988, undrafted, bounced around 6 teams, and then found his way with the San Antonio Spurs in 1994. That is Avery Johnson. Became the Spurs starting point guard in 1994, held that position until 2000, and averaged 11.5 points, 7.7 assists per game during the regular season, which elevated to about 14 points and almost 8 assists per game in the playoffs on 50% shooting. He was a starting point guard on the San Antonio Spurs team in 1999 that won the NBA championship, led by Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Next up, undrafted out of Purdue in 1998, center Brad Miller, who played from 98 till 2012 with the Bulls, Pacers, and the Sacramento Kings. Most notably, one of the 3 undrafted players to make multiple All-Star teams in NBA history. Made one with the Indiana Pacers and one with the Sacramento Kings in back-to-back seasons in 03 and 04. Brad Miller averaged 13.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists per game on 49% shooting from 2001 to 2008. We'll go a little bit more current with this next one. Fred VanVleet, undrafted out of Wichita State in 2016, and has been with the Toronto Raptors ever since. Really began his emergence during that 2019 title run with the Raptors and became the 5th undrafted player in NBA history to make an All-Star team. He did that in 2022. Over the last 3 seasons, he's averaged 19.2 points, 6.5 assists, and 1.7 steals per game while being an elite perimeter defender while he's on the floor. Next up, undrafted out of Cal State Fullerton in 1993 and didn't reach the NBA until 1997. That is Bruce Bowen, the definition of 3-and-D wing, according to a lot of people. Bounced around from the Heat, Celtics, and 76ers before finding the Spurs, and he played with the Spurs from 2001 until retiring in 2009. Bruce Bowen, 8-time All-Defensive Player from 2001 to 2008 straight through, and was on the all-defensive first team from 2004 to 2008 straight through. Started on the 03, 05, and 07 Spurs title teams, top 5 for Defensive Player of the Year for 5 straight years from 2004 to 2008, and was actually the runner-up for 3 straight years as well from 2005 to 2007. Next up, and we're going back to the 1980s and 90s for this one, famously made $3.35 an hour minimum wage while bagging groceries before embarking on a 13-year NBA career, and that is John Starks, who was undrafted in 1988 and later signed with the Knicks in 1990, was an all-defensive player from 92 to 93, was the first undrafted guard to ever make an All-Star team in 1994, and was the 1996-1997 Sixth Man of the Year in the NBA. John Starks averaged 15.5 points, 4.5 assists, between the years of 92 and 97. He retired in 2002. Younger viewers and OGs, you've heard of this man if you've played NBA Streets, if you know basketball, if you know New York basketball, and if you know New York street basketball. Connie Hawkins was a legend on the hardwood, on the playground, and was a Hall of Famer. And he makes this list as one of the best undrafted players ever. Was actually blackballed from playing in pro leagues, stemming from a 1961 college basketball gambling scandal, in which he wasn't indicted or arrested, but he was mentioned, and still found his way into the NBA in 1969 at 27 years old, got into the league, and right away, 4 All-Star games consecutively right off the bat, averaged during that stretch from 1969 to 1973, about 21 points, 9 rebounds, and over 4 assists per game. He retired in 1976 and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1992. Last up, arguably the best player ever when undrafted in NBA history, and that is Division II Virginia Union's own Ben Wallace, who did not get picked in the 1996 NBA draft and bounced around from the Washington Bullets to the Orlando Magic, and then found a home when acquired by the Detroit Pistons in the summer of 2000. And then he became one of the best defensive players we've ever seen in this league and in basketball, period. Defensive Player of the Year in 2002, 2003, 2005, and 2006. Was an All-Star from 03 to 06, straight through 4 seasons. 5 times All-NBA, 6 times All-Defense. On the cover of NBA 2K, retired in 2012, and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2021. Salute to you, Ben Wallace. And thank you for watching. That is all we have for this week. Make sure you catch up with the goods on the playlist we have on Basketball News' YouTube channel. Like, comment, and subscribe on this video, please. And make sure you follow Basketball News and follow me at Bryan Fonseca NY. That is NY as in New York, and Bryan with a Y. Take care and thank you for watching.